Already we have Pre.2. I have taken a game save, of course, and I've updated. I'm now on the upgrade for Vintage Story of 1.22.0 Pre.2. And yesterday I was going to try to do a little bit of a look at our new oil lamps, and these are the new oil lamps, but I didn't have a recipe. However, they have given us a recipe. So one of the first things I'm going to do is to have a look. Ah, look, this is our new recipe. And look, these are the raw blue clay tiles as well as the shingles we've already got. So let's have a look at this. Okay. Let's start with that one. Ah. Oh, it's got a, yeah, I see. It's got this corner bit. Aha. That's the handle, of course. Oh, right. Yeah, I think I'll stick to just the one at a time. Until you're used to a recipe. Ah, now what's that? That must be where the wick goes. Okay. Nice. Nice. Let's do one here. Okay. I'm going to do this the long way round, in that I am going to put these in pit kilns, and one of the reasons I'm doing that is that I believe that there was a problem with the pit kilns not lighting, so I want to do that and make sure it's been resolved. They have fixed a lot of bugs. This, I think, was one of the first they fixed. Yeah, there we go. A lot more fiddly than the clay bowls. I always have loved being able to interchange the clay bowls with the oil lamps. I've always found it useful because I've been able to pick up clay bowls everywhere, but I'm afraid that now that's no longer an option. Yeah, there we go. You can see as you get used to it, you just start to be a bit quicker because you know where you're going, starting to learn the pattern. Okay. Actually, that might be the handle. I'm just looking at it thinking it's probably the bigger one that's the handle. Okay, right, so let's get these up. Come on. Wait a minute, am I still, is it, oh, I'm missing one little one there. There we go. Okay, right, let's pop down, and I've set up a pit kiln. I want to see if these will go in 4 deep, and I think they will. And remember that I'm in survival at the moment. I'm not in creative. It's because I want to light these pit kilns. Right. Okay. Can I get 4 in? I think so. Excellent. Okay. Right. Let me get some sticks and grass, and I'll light this up. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, moment of truth. Can we light this? Yes, That bug has been sorted. Right, in my last episode, we had a look at the traders, and I thought there was a trader missing, but you told me that there wasn't a trader missing. I had missed something in the trader, so while our pit kilns are burning, let's go and have a look. Go back into survival. Whoa. Now, I came into this trader and I thought there was nobody here. I thought that it had failed to come in properly. But you pointed out that the traders now have trapdoors. I had never thought of coming under here. So the traders actually live underground. And look, yeah, we could no privilege to use blocks here. That's absolutely fine. Look at this lovely little bit of beam work. I know you've got a neat little home here. Just shows how much you can get into a small space. No, we're not. We can't even open this chest down here. Whoa, wrong button. Now, where's the trader gone? Are you up here, my friend? You are. I wonder if the traders can open the doors or whether they get locked. Oh, you're there. Trader, my friend. Yeah, look. Minstrel shirts. I'm sure that's changed. It looks very pretty. Noble fillet. Oh, wonderful. Ha ha ha. They used to give circlets of laurels to the victors. Huh. Yeah, that's always smart. Right. Okay, so now, when you find a trader, you have to look underground. I wonder if we can take their banners. I wouldn't imagine so. Cannot build, it belongs to the trader. I thought so. Okay. Right, well, let's get back. Look at this. Oh, look, brown coal, flint, a desert storm, of course, and more of these rivulets that look wonderful. Yeah, I think if we're going to have water wheels, they'll be working on the interaction with that. I know they've got a water wheel, but I also know it's not in its final form. Now, I found another trader. That is not. Oh, if we, oh, let me come up a bit. And also, let me change mode. This looks like a clothing trader, but we don't know yet. Okay, look at this. And we can't take any of these lovely banners. Right, who are you? I found another trader. Oh, it's an agricultural supplier. Okay. And the layout underneath looks exactly the same. Okay, well, let's mark it as an agricultural trader. That should be agri-trader. Right, and I always mark those in bright green. Save. Yeah, that's quite a close proximity. Aha. And what do you sell, my friend? Yeah, same as ever. Cabbage seeds. Yeah, you'll sell bread. You want to buy supplies. Nice. Okay. But the layout down here is exactly the same. That lantern is not very bright. If I put a torch on here, look at the difference. I don't think the lanterns are providing much light at the moment. I noticed that on my own build. Right, let's go up this ladder. Let's shut that. Oops. Then he's secure. Okay, so we've found another trader. That's very, very exciting. Right. Let's go to game mode 2. Alright, and can we fly out of here? We can. Many of you who watch me regularly will know that I have a slight tendency towards claustrophobia. And I have to say that I find the new traders very attractive in some ways. I love the palisades. I like some of the stuff around them. I think the huts are very nice. But when I go underground, it is incredibly claustrophobic. And in fact, the whole thing is so cluttered. It is, to me, a bit claustrophobic. I would love it if even some of the traders, like the big treasure traders or maybe the luxury traders, still had their fabulous wagons with the amount of space inside. It seems a shame when we have such a nice design to just jettison it. I would love to have a mixture of the two. And maybe we will get it. I haven't found every trader yet, so I don't know what the others will look like. Frequency is the same. I do think they ought to, I mean, it's not hard to dig this out. This poor guy is absolutely stuck. Now, I didn't know. This one's different. Yeah. This is our treasure hunter. He's got big chests, he's got glass cabinets, he's got a bed, which the other has. Yeah, he's okay. He's doing all right. Okay. I've just dropped in on my way home to check on the fennel, and the fennel and the licorice will be eaten by wild animals. So we have to be very, very careful. I've put one of the new oil lamps down there, and it looks as if they do shed quite a nice light. I've also checked, and they do work underwater by the look of it. They don't shed so much light, so I think that they go underwater, but they shed a little bit of light. And look, there's this rainbow effect here, whereas this one that's out of the water sheds a lot more light. So I think there's a difference in the light that they shed. I must say the pit kiln is looking spectacular over there. So yes, they do provide light, which is excellent. And I've been lining up some barrels because I want to have a look at the mechanism of how you get the fat. And I think that's going to be problematical, but we'll have a look at that in the morning. Okay, I have set up a fireplace here, and I just want to have a look at this. Okay, how many can we put in? Does it, that is just one. Yeah, it does put the 6 in, doesn't it? 12 litres of rendered fat. Okay, I suppose my question is, how long will it take? Right, let's just light this. Now I know that the cooking mechanisms have certainly changed for smelting metals, in that now the size of the amount of metals that you're trying to, the size of the stacks. So if you had sort of one in each of these, it would be a fast smelting time. But if you have big stacks here, it's a much slower smelting time. That makes sense to me, frankly. It really does. And these smelt at 151. No, let's have a look. Fresh for 3 days, 200 saturation, food category protein. Doesn't say at what temperature it cooks. 12 litres in this pot? Is that possible? We will find out. Okay, the next thing I think is to grab a couple of barrels, because we're going to have to put it into something. I'll be back to you in a minute. Right. This has finished recording. So we've got 12 litres. Will harden in 5 hours. Ah. So we leave it there to harden. Can we take it out? Right. I think that was a mistake. Okay, and then this should say, yeah, fresh for 3 days only. My word. Okay. Right. Pit kiln is still going. That little oil lamp we know lights up. That one sheds some light, but it's not a great light, but that's fine. You wouldn't expect it. This is now cooking happily. And then don't take it off the fire pit. Right. Oh my goodness me. And we've got, I would call it a seagull or a grasshopper or something in this tree. I can't see it, but it's nice to know they're still there. Okay, right. I'm waiting for my pot to cook. Yeah, it goes quite quickly. Might need a bit more firewood. Okay, lovely morning again. Beautiful. May, yeah, we've only just started. Wow. Okay, and so this will, if it's 6 o'clock now, it says it will cool in 5 hours. Right, and we just leave it there. Yeah, is it cooked? Yeah, it goes to that when it's cooked. Will harden in 6 hours. Okay. And the pit kilns are still going. All right. Right, update on copper lanterns. We have a new block that I wasn't aware of, which is copper sheets. I did not know we had these. I don't know whether they're new or whether they're just something I haven't used before, but they will go and sheathe things in copper. What I did was to pick up copper sheeting instead of the normal copper plate. So we ought to be able to make lanterns now. There we go. No problems. Oh my. Well, I've had a really good look at the difference here. This is amazing. Gosh, we're going to have some serious ducting with this lot. Well, sorry about the confusion, guys, but we found the answer. All right, now how do we know when this is cool? Oh, here we are. You have to put your cursor on the fat. Right. Let me just check. So if we're looking at fat and we want to make rendered fat, and look, all these mechanical things will have to use rendered fat. Ah, and then you dump them onto the ground, so we've got to wait 5 hours. In addition, rendered fat can be directly placed to a... Right. So we have to cook it. So we're now going to have to cook candles and fat. I wonder if you can cook them in the same pot. That's something I haven't really looked at yet. I am absolutely frustrated by this rendered fat. You can see that I've already boiled up or rendered 2 pots, each of them that had 10 litres of the fat in it. I cannot work out how to get the fat out of the pots. And it's so frustrating because I look up fat in here, lump of rendered fat, and it says rendered fat is obtained by melting down raw fat in a cooking pot. Tick, that works. Allow the melted fat to cool down. Tick. And solidify into solidified rendered fat. And then dumping that on the ground. How do you dump it on the ground? Do you just take the cooking pot out? Do you have to turn it upside down? In addition, rendered fat can be directly applied to a placed crock using the right mouse to seal it, which is absolutely fine. But when you get this rendered fat on the ground, I think I've got some in here. Yeah, let's have a look at this. So presumably somehow, and I'm not sure how, this stuff gets on the ground, right? Do you then take your oil lamp? No, I presume that you would do it as normal by putting the rendered fat there. Yes, right, solidified rendered fat. So, oh God, I have learnt how to get the fat going. I have learnt how to render it, how to let it cool. What I have not sorted out is how to get it out of the cooking pot. There must be some easy mechanism that I'm just not seeing, because to tip it on the ground, if you put a cooking pot on the ground, it's upright. So that's the bit I can't do. And when you've got this solidified rendered fat, we can easily put it in the oil lamps. So that works. Right. Okay, so all of that, I wouldn't say it's fine, but it's okay. I'm just mystified as to how to get it out of the pot. This is ridiculous, isn't it? But it's all a learning curve. So some of this process works well and some does not. Now, the other thing I'm sort of thinking about is the mechanics, because there's been a huge change in mechanics. And if we look at fat again, and we'll go to this rendered fat, what is so difficult? Oh, you have to use it in hides. Oh, look at this. Brown bear can be used to make pelts. I wonder if we can put these on the floor, because we can now cure fox hides, Arctic fox hides and raccoon hides. I want them on the floor. I don't want to wear them. But a longbow, we will need the rendered fat for longbows, fruit presses, windmill rotors, axles, all the things. This is a new spur gear. Wooden toggles, clutches, transmission. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. So that's the bit I can't figure out. Sometimes you just can't. You have to see someone else do it. I have a visual glitch and I don't know why I have it. I've been taking clothes on and off this mannequin. I haven't taken clothes on and off this one. But look at this. Not only do we see through its nether regions, we see right down into the depths. I mean, this is like a reverse periscope, enabling me to see what's underneath. Look at that. You can see where the caves are. Wow. My husband's sneezing again. Okay. Right, let us try to have a look. I know that the recipe has been added for the bowls that you put the fat lamps in, but fat lamp, I've seen in a picture that we should be able to hang them from the walls. Now, oil lamps, they're still called oil lamps, ceramic oil lamps, okay. Could we have a look and see whether we've got hanging lamp? Hanging lamp. Hanging lamp. No. Oh, got a hanging room. That's not what we want. Hanging ruined anything is not what we want. We're looking for something to hang our oil lamps from. Ruined shelf. No. I've seen a picture of it. Maybe it's not there yet. Well, my friends, this has been quite a frustrating episode for me because this fat mechanism is not coming easily. It really isn't. See, we've got 10 litres of melted fat there. If it's melted and it's liquid, could I take the pot and get some out to see if it would solidify in the pot? It won't. Put that back down. Can I take that and pour it into the pot? I cannot. I don't. No, I can't. I'm trying everything. Anyway, my friends, we are progressing and I'm managing to get some of the more complicated things work. Funny enough, fishing was the easiest for me of the new processes. Fat, not so much, but I'm grasping the idea. And I am a bit concerned about the lanterns. I think they need a lot of work. Anyway, I will see you, my friends. Bye-bye.